Guys, I want to show you how I make the lining for the beaded wallets that I've been making, like this one. So you need to have a type of fabric that is closest to the color of the beads that you're using or making a lining for. So I have this light pink now, and this is a satin fabric from Quiapo. So what I usually do is I fold it so that when you put the item on top of it, it will have an excess on the upper side and in the bottom part. And what I do is I pin this folded part of the fabric with 2 pins. And then now you have to estimate the size of the wallet. So just put it on top of the fabric, and we're gonna use a color pencil to draw the lines for the side parts of it. Okay, so you're just going to eye it so that you will see where to put the, so it's better to have an excess rather than being short. Just gonna align this to the shape of the wallet, side parts and the bottom parts. So you'll have an idea of where to sew, and also for the upper part. Okay, now you have that. And now what we need to do is we're going to cut the fabric, leaving about half an inch. And what I usually do, since this is satin, I usually burn the side part so it wouldn't fray. So you're just going to cut this like so. Then if I'm able to, I'm going to show you how to sew it. So now you have this. See. So now we're going to discuss about zippers. They have 2 sizes, the number 3 and the number 5. And I usually use the bigger zipper for the big pouches or the clutch bags. And for the big pouches, I usually put on lining and zipper along with the zipper. But for the smaller coin purses and wallets, I usually use the number 3 without the lining, because it would be hard to put the lining on them. So the zippers that I use for this usually has this type of slider, which is a smaller one. So what I usually do is I cut them and I put another one which is a bigger size, and then I tear this off, and then I put this new slider here so that it will be much more nicer to look at. So that is how you put the slider on your zipper. So for the big one, I also use a bigger slider for it, just like this. And then I also put them, slide them off, and usually, because I have cut this off, I usually burn this side part so it wouldn't fray. So that is how, and that is what I use for the beaded wallets project. Since we now have this bigger slider that we're gonna put on our projects, we need to make some embellishments to enhance the projects that we are making. So I usually make some keychains that are only small, that has a small size, just like this, round ones. And I typically put this on big pouches and clutch bags. You can also put them on small wallets, and what you need to do is just put a keyring on them, and they come in varying design. You can have this cube-like design. I have a tutorial for this, and it is called how to make keychains for the big pouches. I will put a link on the description box. So you have a preference, or you can choose between three of them. These ones are the cube ones. Then we have this type of keychain, or this type of keychain that is kind of like a flower. So it is up to you which ones you want to put on the big pouches. And you just need to put it on the slider part of the zipper. After putting it on, just need to slide it here, and it will be an added effect on your project. So yesterday I had a little bit of a catastrophe. I accidentally pulled out this separator for the container that I'm using. So the green one was mixed with this one, or this one is mixed with this. So another advice that I would like to point out is that you can use a paper tape or any tape of a kind, and you can put it on the side parts of your separator so that it wouldn't be taken off easily. You wouldn't accidentally pull this off, and you wouldn't need to take off the beads from the container. So that is a lesson learned for me. So usually put it here so that they wouldn't be taken off easily. And another advice that I have made yesterday is that you can use some plastic, small plastic, just like this one, and you can fold the upper part of it so that you can put here the damaged beads, just like this one. You can put here the damaged beads so that they will be separate from your regular beads, and you wouldn't get them again. So this plastic bag, you can put it on the part of your container that has lesser beads on them that you're not going to use for the moment. So usually I have one here, but you can put one on each container. And I would also advise that you can use a deeper type of container, just like this one, to accommodate the beads. They are appropriate for this acrylic beads since it has 6 separate compartments here. So you can choose from a variety of beads without using 2 at a time. So just like this one, it is much more roomier, so as to accommodate your beads, and it wouldn't be, you can use it as much as you can for a longer time without putting another set. Okay, so the last advice or tip that I have for you guys is that you just need to have patience for your beaded projects, or when you are making them, because most times, like many times before, I usually bump my container and the beads will spill out and I have to pick them up. So you needed patience in making them, and sometimes when you are making your projects, some beads will fall out of the string, so you also need to pick them up. So you really need the patience in making your beaded items. Another one tip is that as I said before, I usually bump my container when making my beaded items. So it would be nice to prevent that from happening. And you need to put your container on a spot where it wouldn't be bumped easily. So you need to have a sturdy place to put it. and it will be sturdy and you wouldn't mistakenly bump it. And have another advice of doing your work in the morning up to the afternoon, because it will have some natural light, so you wouldn't need to put on a lamp. But since today it is very rainy, I have a lamp here, so you can also use a lamp in making your items, so you can easily pass through the string in the holes. So that's it for the tips and tricks that I have for you guys. If I have any links to show you, I will put them on the description box. And I hope that these tips and tricks has helped you in improving your beading skills. And I also hope that you enjoy making them as much as I enjoy sharing or teaching them to you. So that's it from me. Bye for now. Please subscribe if you want to learn more of the tutorials that I have and for future posts. And also please click the thumbs up. If you have suggestions or questions, please put them on the comment box below. Bye for now.